Hey, yo, we live. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Lots to go over. So much has happened since last week. Crazy week that we just had. I mean, man. Crazy fills, too. It's been kind of exciting, to be honest. It's been exciting. All my low-end fill orders got filled. It was kind of a crazy few days. Like, literally just constant buy orders, like, going through. It was, like, unreal. Unreal. Way out when everybody gets in here. But how we doing, guys? RM from Germany, dude. Good to see you. Appreciate you being here. I am tired, Dane. What's up? I'm feeling good, though. Got a good fills on Solana, man. Insane fills on Solana. I mean, 120 finally filled for me. Like, thank the Lord. Took a while. But, man, there's just a lot of charts dropping all the way, hitting, what was it? Did it hit 110? 110 on the penny. That was nuts. How are you guys doing? How's the fam, like, doing with what just happened? Like, it's just insane. Huddle gang, hopefully y'all are okay. Crazy. Hopefully Dennis didn't leverage himself long. I'll tell you that. Can I get it? If you're a free TradingView user, you can add 2 indicators to your chart. Should be fine. You should be fine, bro. But here's your soul. Let's go to the stream list here. Yeah, so just crazy volatility in the markets. Bitcoin just clocks, 49K? Is it low? 49, yeah. And then right back, 7K bounce today. Like that, unreal close last night to give us that recovery. Again, this is nothing. Like, back to 56. We've been here, all right? This is nothing. The stock market's more of a worry than this is, to be honest. I wouldn't be too worried about this one, honestly. This is nothing. Been pretty crazy, though. Today on the SP 500, like, man, we got a net positive on call premiums, and the puts went way down. So it's interesting seeing bounce backs on the U.S. market side. I got liquidated while pro traders told us to long. Well, the biggest mistake you just made, it was the word liquidated. Why are you trading with that much leverage? Even if, yeah, so be it. Sure, it's like it's nice to add a little bit of leverage, and I've recommended a little bit if you want, but this is why you don't trade leverage. Yo, Toonie, I am not LuxAlgo. We have an entire team, bro. I'm just one guy on the team. Just one of the. I'm the CCO, Chief Creative Officer. We say content these days, Chief Content Officer. But it's good to see you guys. I appreciate y'all being back again. I have less than a month-old baby, so my sleep schedule is a little crazy. So I'm a little tired, but I'm down to stream. Let's do it. Lots to talk about. I've been watching this crazy movement. It took me too long. Got to 70, then lost it all. Yo, Christina, we have a free one called Smart Money Concept. So, guys, another big thing. Remember, on that daily, we had majority of that volume sitting at 67. We were trading below it. If you don't recall, let me refresh your memory here. Let me just refresh your memory from the last stream. This is before the major dump off. Let me just refresh it real quick. Let me refresh your memory. You know what I just realized as well? That I don't know if I'll be able to pull this up. Actually, I should be able to. Let me see here. You probably won't be able to hear it. No, well, we got it. We got it. But again, Bitcoin, man, back to 50K, bounces right back up, back out of 7K. Like, absolute unreal of a move here. You can't go wrong. You just can't. I mean, that was just so clean. And you know, where do we head from here? Like, I really want to get us back over 57,500. That'd be really nice. But guys, if price action is telling you to be bearish, why would you even, like, there's no reason to leverage anything to the downside, or sorry, no reason to leverage anything to the upside. I mean, all you want to do is kind of wait for your opportunity. You just got to wait. Or, you know, trade in accordance to the direction that price is giving you. That's the biggest thing here. And here you go. We'll do theater mode on this ish. But this with it being a low percentage, this was the last stream here. And again, yet another great reason why you should tune in to the daily live stream, because let's see here. You don't want to miss it. Window capture. There you go. Where is it at? Boom. Let's just recap. Let's recap here. This was on last week. Was it Friday? No, it wasn't Friday. It was Wednesday, I think. Last Wednesday. Here you go. With it being a low percentage, I mean, this thing's gonna hit 65,500 again. The odds of it hitting that is just pretty clean. I wouldn't even go past. I wouldn't even like put it up for questioning. You remember what we said though? I think we could maybe go down to 63,500 ish. So another 2K drop. 2K drop with it being a low percentage. I mean, this thing's gonna hit 65,500 again. I mean, the structure, the odds of hitting that is just pretty clean. I wouldn't even go past. I wouldn't even like. It was beyond bearish on that 4 hour. Remember what we said though? I think we could maybe go down to 63,500 ish. I mean, it crushed that level. So another, I think the day after. 2K drop. 2K drop with it being a low percentage. I mean, insane. I crushed that level. I think the day after. So again, yet another great reason to tune in every day. But here we go. We're back. 257 today. You gotta love it. Nice little bounce. Nice little bounce back. You know, the main question here is, where are we heading? Right? Where are we heading? So, besides that, remember market news this week. Yesterday we had Palantir, which actually I think jumped 20%. Major move. We also had HIMS and Lucid, but meh. Today we got SMCI. That'll be an interesting one. We can look at their earnings. Airbnb and Rivian. Y'all know my take on Rivian. Absolutely love that stock. We got it at like $8. I haven't actually checked it since this market sell-off, but with the Volkswagen, acquiring it, it definitely jumped us nicely. Upstart after hours as well, and I don't really care about Upstart. Tomorrow we got, this is a not as news heavy week. We got a little bit of people talking on Thursday. Nothing on Friday, so this is just really just market fear, right? We're in the fear zone right now across all markets. So, you gotta. This is why we've talked about this before. We don't talk about it a ton, but it's common sense, man. You gotta hold cash. You just gotta be sitting on some cash, man. It's just there's just because of this. When a market runs as much as it does, there's just no reason not to have cash on hand, or at least claiming those profits, especially if you get a ridiculous move on some of these. But always have at least 10-20% cash if you can. But have some, just because there's always going to be opportunity at some point to buy back or get a really good value. And that's why I said, guys, I always have on crypto specifically have limit orders set across the board when price extends to certain levels. For Bitcoin, the Bitcoin, I would have to go back and look, but my Bitcoin, my other limit order is like a 47. I was hoping that would hit, but it didn't. So I didn't really, I buy some weekly, but there was no really major levels I really was looking to buy long because we just went and flushed 55K. So I would have wanted it at like 57 coming from these previous, from that previous pivotal point there on the weekly. But major, like this thing's just on the run up. I mean, unreal day. It's 5% bounce back, right? 5% recovery. Just absolutely incredible. I wanted to see here. Let me check something real quick, guys, because I want to see how today closes, because the close today could be pretty insane. We got 5 hours left, right? If we have no lower wick, which it looks like we're not going to get that on Bitcoin, we probably would get a very nice little bounce back there. But besides that, on the news front, we're going to go big screen just a minute. You got Disney increasing their streaming prices. Stock was up 3% after that. Major moves, right? That's a huge catalyst for the stock. I was going to see, we didn't really have two major news. We had this rate cut probability happening. Again, I think we're going to get at least one. We're pricing in 50 bips in September. We'll see. You know, it's dropped, right? It used to be pretty significant of a percentage there. Now it's down to 75% by September. We'll see. There's got to be at least one, you know. The Japan, I think Japan market jumped back last night, didn't it? It did have some circuit breakers yesterday, but I think it actually had a nice 10% move today. But yesterday was brutal. It's just brutal across the board. Yeah, we had that Google news as well. Did Google drop? I didn't even look at its price. I think it was down 10% yesterday. Yeah, today it's just barely green, but it had that major sell-off yesterday. I mean, guys, there's just so much room. There's so much room for opportunity. You got to love it. You can't go wrong. You just can't. So much room here. Well, this is exactly why you always want to have cash on hand, I promise. Today's very slow, yeah. Gold, obviously, everything was affected hard. Everything was affected pretty hard when that happened, to be honest. So we'll see where we end up by the end of the day. But definitely bears are showing their little faces, right? I want to see if we can get a little bit more downside though. I mean we've already crushed some downside levels. I want to see if we can continue that direction. But I mean it's just showcased so much, right? This, again, like, great on the recovery, right? Fantastic recovery, but that's not bullish, right? It's very bearish right now. This is just a, V into a potential bear flag, but at the same time, if we want to see this thing continue, the odds right now, in my opinion, are greater after this fade back to go retest 51 again before we actually get a full continuation. I don't think this is actually I don't think Bitcoin would break the lows that we just had unless like some major global news were to occur. War is always the talk of the town right now. What's going to happen in the Middle East, because that's a high watch scenario. But very nice recovery so far. This is way more of a recovery that we had way better of a recovery that we've had now versus back during COVID, which is just unreal. So major sell-offs, but we've had a nice recovery so far. I want to see, you know, price slowing is a good sign at first. Super extended on that oscillator on the downside. This actually, with that lower low, really strong after breaking that previous lower high there on the oscillator. So this actually looks good on that oscillator, but I think it does need to make its move back to probably 54, 52. 54 seems pretty solid there. Let me go to the weekly. Yeah, right. So 55.85. I'm going to even mark this weekly bounce that we had back in July. All right. See how the weekly does. If we close bullish on that weekly, man, I mean, it's honestly impressive. That's very impressive from that sell-off we just had. A lot of fear, but again, like, the fear into this push to the downside seemed like it struck a lot of opportunity in people's eyes, which was cool. So majority of the people that I've seen that's been talking about this, which is really nice to hear, are, you know, very optimistic on these lows. Like, majority of them, like, all you see with, like, these, you know, Twitter accounts and like people, you know, try to play the panic, but I've seen more of a, you know, bull case than I've seen a bear case on this Bitcoin dump, and just like in the stock market as well. It's like people are getting excited. So it's actually in you know, on X, making people maybe a little less fearful. But again, price is going to reflect how people are actually feeling. But it is quite probably the reason why we've made this bounce back so far. I mean, not too often Bitcoin runs, you know, 20K in these major ranges. It's usually 10K ranges. So seeing Bitcoin hit 50K, I mean, I can't imagine how many people try to jump on that opportunity. So again, I would just avoid trading any leverage right now, guys. It's just crazy volatility, even in the evenings. It's crazy. But overall, man, 50K bounce, unreal. Gotta love it. Gotta love that 50. Maybe that's what we needed to get us to that 100K mark by the end of the year. I still like that, so long as there's no war that comes, you know, that comes to mind. I mean, you know, in my opinion, I'm neither, you know, left or right in the political world here in the U.S., but I will say if Trump does get elected, I think we have a better chance of not entering a war, which could definitely help the crypto markets quite a bit. Well, obviously, most markets other than gold obviously would pump out of its mind if something like that were to happen. But I think that's the biggest concern right now, is whether or not Bitcoin's actually going to reach continue a very aggressive bull cycle that we've been in. And again, just look at the weekly. The weekly is going to help you, man. The weekly is going to help you. You're getting opportunity now to continuously buy. If you want to up kind of how much you buy in Bitcoin, again, I buy Bitcoin weekly. If you want to up, if you do something similar, you might want to just up your amount that you're putting into it a little bit. If you're treating it like an IRA like I do. But besides that, man, Bitcoin, it looks good right now. We'll see how the daily closes. But Solana, crazy wick. It's already back bullish on the week. Again, we've had the 119, 120 fills in mind. We talked about it. Remember, we hit 120.01. Didn't get filled on that, but we finally got that fill yesterday at 120. I'm so happy. Man, that's probably the best news I've had all week, other than my, stock portfolios are just got obliterated, right? But my Solana getting that buy at 120, I'm so happy. So got the buyback at 120. I mean, again, it's up 13% today. It dropped, I think, less than 13%. I was going to see here. Let's see this drop. It hit a low. Okay, it was a little bit more on that low, but it hit a low of 19%, but only closed down 6%. So this recovery today, being up 13% here after triggering, I mean, guys, off that 120 buy, we're already up 21%. Like, that's absolutely insane. So major W on that one. That's awesome. I can't complain. I honestly can't complain. This is, what we like to see on certain assets we've been looking at. Ethereum though was the one that was kind of a bummer. Not much of a recovery. I've been swaying away from the Ethereum talk because it's been just so slow in the past, especially with Bitcoin making its major rallies and Ethereum just not even wanting to go anywhere, right? Until the ETF started trading. ETFs are full-fledged trading now, but this weekly still doesn't look great. But I will say, here's your weekly open close highs here. You got one there that found support before. You got open close lows here, which 25,500. If you had a key level for a buy, that would have been it. But you can see between this range here, it's already trading right where it's at. 21,120. That low 21,116. That would have filled off of that previous breakout high there from a weekly open close significant high. And price actually held that as well. So fantastic buy. If any of you guys actually grab some off the Ethereum weekly level there. I'm hoping Ethereum can close bullish on the week, then maybe we'll actually showcase a little bit of recovery. But for the most part, if it closes over 2,500 this week, that's pretty solid too. So maybe we'll get a nice bounce from that. But I mean, there's just so much opportunity. It's awesome. Gold here didn't really get affected that much, right? That's what's nice about gold. And then how the euro do in the euro, right? Euro pumps, right? A lot of times these things, they'll be affected a bit. When the dollar's dumping, right? You'll see these kind of jump up. But gold itself, this is why a lot of people do, kind of enjoy trading it because, even on a bear day, it's like, yeah, sure, it's like has, probably normal pricing, right? You can see this was, I think, non-farm payroll or something, and just completely, was way more volatile than yesterday's sell-off, right? It just moves differently. So if you're looking for something that's highly affected by certain news events, but not overall market sell-offs, I mean, gold is one of those that you would want to trade. It's similar to crude oil. Crude oil, yeah, it gets some volatility from it, but it doesn't do anything similar. And again, guys, we're at $73. Let's go on crude oil. This is exciting. But it's not as affected. So there are fun markets to trade outside of crypto that doesn't get affected as much on these crazy news fronts. And of course, gold, great hedge on anything that were to happen globally. People are going to dump their money into gold. And we're hoping Bitcoin becomes similar to that, right? It's why, if we're going to why can't people feel secure enough to buy Bitcoin when, things are going array, right? It's it just sucks because the ETFs are great and all, but they kind of affect Bitcoin in a way where it's trading similar to the markets. Bad news hits the US, there goes Bitcoin dumping down. It's I don't know. It's an interesting thing to talk about because obviously, Bitcoin, was framed the digital gold, right? So it's it would be nice to see, and it's probably again why prices kind of back up has recovered way more than we've seen on the ES and the NASDAQ. NASDAQ up back 2% today, but again, I would consider that Bitcoin didn't really dump as hard as the NASDAQ or the ES did. Leverage trading destroys Bitcoin, absolutely. I mean, it destroys a lot of things. But again, brokers want to make as much money as possible, or exchanges want to make as much money as possible. Yep, they make a lot of money doing those liquidations. But I don't know. We're going to see today on Bitcoin just close over 55,815 and I'll be happy, right? If we can close over that price, it'd be fantastic. 55,815, we'll see where it heads from there. But hopefully you guys have had a good, besides this major sell-off, had a not too bad of a past few days, other than the sell-off. But, this is part of market movements, right? We're still in this major range. Still in this major range here on Bitcoin. So, again, I'm not too worried about it. But we'll see kind of where we're at the end of the week. Crude oil touching, like I already said that in previous slide. It'll be interesting to see if it bounces off. That indicator free. The one I'm using right now is our price action concepts indicator. Let's go to the 15-minute. Actually, let's look at the 4-hour. So So again, the 4 hours, the one I was a bit concerned about, even though the oscillator has broken that previous swing there. So oscillator broke that previous swing high. It's a good sign for Bitcoin to potentially bounce back and actually hold that. But if price were to come back down to 54, that's fine. That's fine. Around the 54 there. That's fine. So yeah, it's not too shabby, right? It's not too shabby. What is your risk reward ratio? It just depends on who you are. You know, if you're gonna trade, like a 1 to 2 risk to reward, you know, if you're gonna trade versus investing is different. Like, you don't really care. Risk to reward's not as important in investing because you're not, you know, you're not really leveraging at all. But I do see in the future probably 54. I mean, we're still bearish. We talked about that bearish price action at 65 right here. All right, we just showed that clip earlier. We were bearish to a move down to 63, and then fear struck the market and drove us to 50K. So to be overall bullish on a 4 hour, again, we need to see another low set indicating that, you know, we need to create a swing somewhere probably below 60. If it runs to 60, no problem. That'd be awesome. But we need a swing point at somewhere below or at 60 or above if that's possible. And then kind of settle off and maybe recover. But we'll see on this downside move. Again, I mean, this is just giving us the opportunity to buy more. Doge, though, man, 8 cents, dude, got hammered. I wanted to see your precious XRP. Probably got hammered as well. Gosh, 44 cents. Yeah, no. Just obliterated the lows. Let's see, link. Let's take a look at link, $10. Okay, that's not too bad actually. I'm surprised it didn't go lower. We got MS. Oh yeah, we have MicroStrategies 10-1 split on Thursday. That'd be cool. Let's see. We have today SMCI today. I wanted to see that. SMCI earnings today. Dude, this thing is as low as it can be. Let's see. I want to see year over year. Okay, they had a 124% increase last year. That's awesome. Quarterly, though, 300% last quarter. That's insane. Projected so far, let's see, this quarter, 8.2 on their EPS, 5.32 billion. Quarter 4 last year, they reported a 2.18. So it was a little more than that 2 estimated. So if they record, I mean, dang, they're going to double their revenue. If they record, you know, anywhere above 5, that's going to be well over double. Last quarter they missed a little bit on rev or year over year, but gosh, dude, that's actually quite insane. Let's see, last earnings here, gap down. So yeah, actually today goes well, right? Quarter 4 seemed to be pretty solid. Last August had a gap down, and they beat both times. This is, you know, this is coming off of a major high, so you know it's hard to say where it could go. But overall, we'll see how it ends up tomorrow. If it doubles rev, that'd be insane. Got hood earnings tomorrow. Apple took a major hit. Let's see, Apple. Back, you know, barely green today. 15. Trying to retest the high. NASDAQ is breaking back out. Dude, it's crazy the NASDAQ making this move now. This thing's 400 points today. It was off that low, though. This is what's really crazy. Off the NASDAQ's low there for the most part. 1,000 points, right? 1,100 points. 6% in 2 days. Dump 6%. Recovers 6% in 2 days. Good time to invest in ton. It's a good time to invest in a lot of things, man. If there's been ones you've been wanting to pick up, like ton, today would be, you know, it'd be time to probably buy a little bit. I wouldn't mistake yourself for buy. Like I would 100% buy whatever you've been waiting to buy right now. I mean, it's just Again, though, there's no reason. Don't take that as a, I need to buy, leveraged against, any of these. Like, you just buy some if you're wanting to actually hold them. But again, if there's anything specific, you want to be invested in, like, let's say ton, right? Mark those weekly levels, right? In my opinion, I would have wanted to buy some off of 443, and that wouldn't have hit. But for Solana, like I said, the daily 121 price point here, right? The 121 price was that potential, or that area that we ended up taking some again off of that. Several times it's bounced here and had no problems. Weekly as well, 136.49. Looked at that. I mean, if you took it off at this weekly open close high there as well, 112 would have been pretty keen. But, like, honestly, I would have wanted, I like the 120 regardless. Like I've talked about it a million times on this stream. Avalanche, man, there you go. These weekly highs as well. These weekly highs sitting here right where price is at right now, actually 21.34. But honestly, they're all lining up at, again, pretty key weekly level, trying to hold that price now. So, yeah. Gold mad. I'm not drinking it. The Dow. Wow, Dow's going. Dow didn't really drop much, right? Sorry, that's a weekly. That might be. I was about to say. I thought it did. It did. Yeah, man. There's just so much to buy. Guys, what do you want to go over? Throw it in the chat. Let's look at it. If you want to go over anything specific, seriously, throw it in the chat. Let's go over it. We're gonna be live for a little less than an hour left. Beto. Oh. Man, it's just the same, bro. This is the same as, it's gonna move in the same fluctuation as Bitcoin. I would have grabbed some off 18 if I wouldn't actually buy from that weekly previous high here. But I would just buy Bitcoin, to be honest. Look at the dividends. Why? 52%. Okay, cool. I mean, dividends are great if that's, something that you want out of this one. But I mean, honestly, I haven't looked at Beto. That is a pretty high dividend percentage, though, which is pretty awesome. I mean, what do you want me to talk about on dividends? Because all it is the 1.4 and then 52%. It's like pretty insane. Avalanche render. Are you asking me like if that's one you should buy or something? It's like Intel complete garbage, man. Intel got smoked. Bye, Sochi. Render. Okay, Render going down to that $5 level, right? That was another key level we would continue to watch off 461. 461 was that weekly open close high, and then we had that one down here. 354, man. This here off that weekly opening price on Coinbase, insane. Let's see. Okay. So this is Binance US tether. Interesting. So I mean, honestly, this price here, 4.61, but the only other one that I have a decent weekly level would be from the daily, or from Coinbase, and that's 3.56. Not bad. Okay. All right. But yeah, Francis, I like render a lot too. We're buying some at 7 before. Yeah, but that force it. Honestly, you know, if this closes over this weekly high here, 460, I would keep an eye on it. Yeah, I heard about that. I don't know why you would buy Intel. Intel, this price down here is intriguing to me. But like, if you just look at them, like, I've been considering it for a little bit of actually buying some Intel. But it's just, the numbers don't lie. It's complete garbage. Like, they missed on revenue, but their EPS just got completely demolished. Like, look at their statement too, their annual statement. Look at the downtrend it's been in from 21 to 23, right? They went, okay, they're still making money, which is the only thing that's going for them right now. But again, they're about to stop making money, right? So 23, they almost didn't make money. So going from 19 billion in revenue in 2021 to 8 billion the next year, to down to 1 this past year. I mean, terrible. They lost money last quarter. It looks like they might even, yeah. This one so far, they are negative on the year. So, or sorry, never mind. 24, yeah, they're hella negative on the year. They haven't had one positive quarter. So, yeah, it's just, yeah, it's not looking good for them. Not looking good. It looks as if this thing could even, as appealing as Intel is at $20, it's like I want to buy some so bad that it's just so hard. I think, you know, we need to see something to kind of turn them around. But what they're showing here is terrible. Terrible. ETH to 2,600, then down. Ethereum, I mean, a weekly bounce back was key. If it can actually get a weekly close over 2,500, I think you're solid. I think it'll actually bounce more. But again, we were talking about this already. I'm not very bullish on the 4-hour charts on any of these. I think we get a pullback. I do think we get a little bit more of a pullback to retest like 2,300 on Ethereum, Bitcoin to retest the 5,400, NASDAQ on this 4-hour here is actually bouncing quite nicely. But I do think like even the NASDAQ could retouch 18K. ES here. ES looks a little better than the NASDAQ. Let's pull up the money flow. The money flow profile on the daily. Let's look at some of these. So here you go. I mean, this is the daily chart, guys. This is daily on the ES. Look at it bounce right off that high volume node there. That's, you know, peak volume. I mean, obviously we just had majority volume there, so like let's even see if before this drop off occurred if it was still sitting there, and it was, right? It was still sitting there even with a major sell-off. Market dives into that zone again, coming from those previous consolidation, previous correction that we had. Bounces back, then has 2 days, and it fully recovers off that level. So the 5,200s were very key on the ES for lovely bounce back. So not too bad, honestly, not too bad at all. NASDAQ, though, is still inside that zone, which is, you know, a little concerning. Obviously, NASDAQ's more volatile, but even on like the daily there, I don't know. I do think it could. We might maybe see a little bit of a pullback before we make a continuation, because V bounces usually look a little bit different. You don't have a 4-hour. You don't usually have a 4-hour pullback like this, right? If you want a V bounce, it has to full on V. Like I would have wanted this from here to make a full bounce back to a previous low, which right now it's trying, but like it already had a pullback. So this could, you know, they could be taking the NASDAQ through this high just to send it lower into tomorrow, which is interesting. I will say the ES looks a little bit better because it set a more significant higher low, which is closer to that previous low. So it does look a little bit better on that one. But like Bitcoin here, again, it already has shown 2 4-hour candles that were weak, right? You still have its 4-hour high volume node at 58K. Its other one was way over there. But also on the daily, I mean, if it closes over 55,800, I don't, you know, it could be fine. It could be fine. That's kind of the rough spot. Where do we head after that price there? Still at 115 was incredible, man. At 170 was the buy there. ONDO, this guy wanted. ONDO probably got obliterated too. It did. Man, that's what we could. ONDO dump off obviously last week into 60. That's pretty impressive. Right off 60 there. Open close weekly there. I mean, I wouldn't really consider that a significant open close high. But man, yeah. Again, this one you would need to get back over 90 and maybe you'll get a clean bounce. The fear of war is going to be in place for a minute. Yeah, that's the biggest fear right now. That's why it's like, if you want to trade anything right now that's like actually tradable when there's a fear of war, just trade gold. That's pretty much what that's your safest bet if you're a trader. You're gonna still get the same price swings, and then obviously if war concerns come up, you're gonna get a nice pump on gold. So keep a close eye on that. The rest of the markets will probably have some issues. This is a V bound. This is what you want to look for in a proper V, by the way, here. See how Solana has already taken out previous lower highs? That's the concern between like Solana versus like a Bitcoin, because it hasn't taken out, like, it was such an aggressive sell-off, hasn't taken out any other lower highs. The next lower high is at 61, which I don't even think it's really going to hit, like, for the most part, right? It had some consolidation at 60. So, like, same with the NASDAQ. It's like NASDAQ, it's going to have to get back over 18,813 for me to consider this a V at all. Just break this. It either has to break a previous lower high or it has to break, like, a lower low that was a previous level before I consider this actually being a V. But, like I said, like, Solana 100%, that is a V there. It's like it broke a previous swing low. Or, sorry, it broke a previous, like, lower low. Not a swing. But, yeah, it's just... the overall pricing, it's back over its key value range on the 4 hour. It does look solid. This person wanted Gala. Gala, similar situation. It's like, just, gosh, 1 cent. This thing's brutal. What happened? This thing was already dead before this even happened. I don't know, man. This thing, it's gonna have to show you some better recovery. That thing is brutal. Look at Avalanche bouncing off that high volume. Like, the biggest thing for me is, like, I want to find where's good valued stocks, right? Because, like, that's like major as well right now. Like, crypto's awesome. I like any dips, I'll buy Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, stuff like that. But it's like we don't very often get major 10% drops on things like Apple and Google this easily. So it's like, Google, honestly, I'd take a buy off 150 if it gets there. I think it still could. Nvidia, guys, it was sub $100. Like, what? 6% bounce back today. It's like there was no reason not to buy this thing under $100. It's definitely one I did buy. But it's like, it's just insane to me. We got that. I haven't even looked at like GME here. GME on the daily. Came down, would have hit low 18. It's up 4% today. Interesting. So we have more than that. Hood has their earnings on it. Tesla. I haven't even taken a look at Tesla. Tesla, remember, we got those buys at... You know what's insane on Tesla? Is on stream, we talked about buys on Tesla at 160, right? We did the 160 buys, and you're not going to hear me. You're not going to hear the end of it. Like, we literally were talking about getting buys on 160. That's exactly the level we took. And, guys, even with this market selling off as much as it did, Tesla recovers and still continues to trade at 200. Incredible, right? Incredible. It's just unreal. So seeing this thing, fully hold that 160 price just proves how good of a price 160 was on Tesla. So great job. Remember, we hit the $100 not too long ago. But Tesla, again, this dip, not too bad. But, I mean, we just picked them up at 160. So, I mean, it's just incredible. Honestly, unreal. But, man, Yeah, tomorrow's a rough one, right? This is a very aggressive bounce back on all markets, right? Very aggressive bounce back on the ES, very aggressive bounce back on Bitcoin. You know, in my opinion, I do think going into like tomorrow, we probably will get a little bit of downside, at least after close tonight. So watch like a small retracement on Bitcoin to 55, 56, okay? Watch that before it potentially bounces back. Now, you know, yeah, it's tough. It's a tough spot right now. It's a tough spot. 4 hour, you know, looks nice. It's bouncing, right? But it's just Jupiter with a, ooh. Dang. Jupiter would have been a great buy off 70 from this previous rebound off the opening price on Kraken. See the Binance, yeah, like 70s was great off this previous swing low on the weekly. Jupiter right off this order block is a 38% order block holding strong. I mean, man, I forgot. Yeah, Coinbase just had their earnings. I think it was today, right? Coinbase had their earnings here. You can see they actually missed majorly on EPS. Beat nicely on revenue, which they should. They better beat on revenue right now with crypto being as crazy as it's been the past like in 2024. So it's nice to see that. Hopefully we see something. I think what did it gap down? This earnings. Oh well, it gapped down with earnings as well as obviously the market sell off. But Coinbase weekly right here, weekly buy would have been 175. Already nice. 175 was great. So we'll see where it's at going into tomorrow. But this guy said STX on the other stream. Stacks, man. Stacks. Hello, weekly level yet again, guys. $115.41 on Stacks. That's where I would have bought some if I was looking to buy Stacks. Weekly open close level there. Very significant level. Look at this thing. Hit a low 105.58. I mean, 10 cents lower than that price would have been filled. But again, what a day you would have had today. I mean, today, 16% bounce already off of that low. Swept that low. I mean, but that weekly level keen there telling you, let's get it, baby. Let's grab it there. Beautiful. Beautiful little bounce back there. How's Hut doing? Hut, nice thing. A lot of these are just bouncing back. How's Rivian back to 14? Yeah, that buy, just those buys at 8 were so good. Went up to 20, 124. Or sorry, it went up to like almost 20, like 16. Those $8 buys were money. But man, was it? I was about to say $8 buys is like, I remember us talking about $8 in the past. It didn't fully touch 8. It was just right below 9. It's just like, based on their production, and they were trading under $10, is like very nice. They've had great growth past few years too. But then Volkswagen, of course, decided to take them for themselves, and that's why we had that price drop. But Avalanche, yeah. Avalanche, $22. Watch 22, see if it wants to recover to 22. But again, I don't know. It's so difficult to sit here and say, hey, you know, Bitcoin is gonna fully bounce to 60. This 4 hour, the 4 hour and like these lower timers just don't look very strong. But it's like there's so much volatility right now. It's just people can easily FOMO buy at these lows. It can happen. It kind of already has happened a bit. It's always a tough one to judge, I will say. It's like all these daily candles are so major. I do think, dude, like every little tiny pullback on the ES, Nvidia gets bought. Gold, you know, gold's down today. Bitcoin, you know, sold off, gets bought back. I mean, it's just one of those recovery days. But I don't think it'll hold. I really don't. But I don't think it'll go much. I don't think it would ever, unless, you know, fear struck again. But I don't think it would hit 49 again anytime soon. I wouldn't be worried about that. I'd be more worried about watching it go back to 54 right now. So long as the news stays where it's at, right? As long as it stays where it's at. That's the concern. That is the concern, my friends. We'll see. I'll get into tomorrow. Oh, man. I think I got like 5 hours sleep last night. Your boy tired. About an hour left until U.S. markets close. How's the new AC? We just had to, one of our boards like that signals the fan to turn on. That little digital board went out. We'll just get that replaced. Thank God. Gold looks bearish as well. Okay. Ooh. I was about to say that was an aggressive. Yeah, we haven't even looked at fib levels. We haven't even looked at fib levels. That sell-off was so major. It's like that's what I was saying. Like TA doesn't even work. Or sorry, Fibonacci. I mean, I guess you could consider Fibonacci. People are still drawing them. Watching these swings. I mean, we got 5 hours left, guys. I just pray it doesn't close underneath 56. Yeah, ESK. All right. We're getting some sells here. The pound and the Australian dollar selling. Yeah, it's almost not really. Bitcoin is a bit, not much. It's more likely. It's more so the U.S. market. This doesn't look entirely news related. It looks more so like finally a kind of a snap of today's trend. Yo, what's up, Jacob? My name's Jacob T, bro. Appreciate you. Oh, that's cool. Donald Trump, major interview with Elon with Tesla on Monday. That's pretty awesome. There it is. Dang. I was gonna see what's driving this. Power hour though. Let me make sure I'm updated. I think I am. I think I am. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think that's doing it. The rate cut expectations, we already knew they were kind of down. I think it's just peaked. I mean, like 2%. It's 1,100 points on the NASDAQ from the low. Like, there's no way it's going to hold up. I mean, that's insane. That's insane. The price is going to get balanced 100%. Where is my autopilot? Yeah. I mean, again, bring it on. Like, I want to bring this on. Give me more of this, please. If my life depended on it, 62 or 48. Dude, that's tough. I'm gonna be honest. You got to put 50 or 60. That's better. I can't. 48. I don't think would hit. Maybe 40. I do think we would see. I do think we could see 50 before 60. I'll give you that. I'm not gonna. 48 is kind of aggressive. Do numbers mean strength to signal? Kind of. Not really. We have a whole video on that. They can be earlier detections, like trend continuation versus early reversal, right? Trend continuation for this. Early reversal for this. 3 hour. That's tough, man. One of my favorite things right now to use with the like lower time frames is the neo class or reversal zones. Usually a price extends. Dude, what is going on? We're just coming off these sides. Google down, Nvidia. I mean, they're up 5% on the day. It's like you can see, like with Bitcoin here, like chop, right? Never extends, right? Usually, if prices go to trend, it has to extend either direction, right? Watch to see how overextended is it, right? So in this case here, look, you got bullish divergence. Bullish divergence happening on the oscillator. It closed that bullish divergence here. Excuse me. Closed that bullish divergence here at 905 right here. Boom. Bullish divergence triggered. But watch, it hasn't fully set an extension down here. Price been in a downtrend. Bullish divergence triggers here. Extends, tags that reversal zone. You get that 3 continuation signal, drives right into that upper reversal. And everything you said to line up. Same here, right? Bearish divergence, right? Lines up on the oscillator. Love that. Extended above that 80 level. Bearish divergence is 5 minute. It's lower time frame. Bearish divergence triggers here, right? Triggers here. It did extend. I wish it, would have extended for a second time. But again, here's your kind of early indication. You get a nice little leg down there. But look, price here on the oscillator tells you, okay, this is fully extended. Then you would be out there. It just tells you, man. It literally, you're just like, just read it how it is. Again, you got to simplify things, make it easier. Price doesn't extend, it's not going to go anywhere, right? It's just going to probably just range off. Like go to another divergence. It's a very aggressive bullish divergence here. But look, very aggressive bullish divergence, right? Here and here. Bullish divergence triggers here. But again, no continuation signal, right? No early indication signal. Falls down very aggressively. This is when it hit that 49K, right? Again, another turning point happening, pretty much the same level. Then you get your 2 signal. Price then extends to the other side here. And then boom, there you go. You got a nice little rebound from there. Up, nice little 5 minute move. Trying to see here. It's the same here. Look at this one. Bitcoin, major sell-offs, reversal zone, reversal zone. We got to wait for that bullish divergence. Bullish divergence triggers here, right? Bullish divergence triggers here. Here's your 2 signal. Price then extends on the oscillator to the other side. Well, whoop-de-doo. Boom, right there. There's your other 5 minute move. I mean, this is very weak bullish divergence there. I like to see very extended. Right, look. Very, very choppy back and forth, right? Very choppy back and forth. No reason. Look, signal happens when it's already extended to the other side. After bullish divergence, no reason. Yep. Bearish divergence here, right? Bearish divergence here. Price consolidates, comes back, and then here, look, price already down there. This is a no-go on that one. And then boom, here you go. Bullish divergence, right? Bullish divergence here. 2 signal here, boom, you get it. It's below the 50. You wait for a price to fully extend. There's your exit from there. And again, this just tells you, like, it's not even. So if you would have taken that, waited for your first higher low, then set your stop, boom, you had a 5 to 1. One of my favorite things to watch for. That's 5-minute movements there, dude. Holy crap! Nasdaq's just coming. Price didn't extend there. Too bad. That would have triggered that one there, but price didn't. Price never extended on it. It did here, but I would have wanted it after that bearish divergence to trigger. Dude, Nasdaq's having a good grand old time here. Keep it going, Nazi. Again, odds on the downside are way greater, man. Way greater. Here's the difference, too. Watch. Bearish divergence, right, was triggered here after this. Normally, you want to see it after the first one that triggers here. See it extended over. Even if, let's just say that was the first trigger here. See where this 2 gets flipped, this 2 signal gets triggered? Look where the oscillator is sitting. It's already extended to the downside. This is similar to what we used to use with our oscillator as well. It's just no new updates possibly, man. I've been all over the place. I haven't talked to our development team about it, but we always have updates rolling out, man, at least once a month, so there'll be some new stuff coming. Give me the NQ. Yo. So. I'm curious. Let's just keep going back a little bit. Let's see here. Bearish divergence doesn't extend, even though that. Wow, look at this bearish divergence here. Price doesn't extend, but you do get your signal here. Price, look, oscillator sitting high. This thing just freaking dumped. That's insane. It didn't extend that, so it would have been a no-go in my opinion. But that did actually play out. This one did, though. This one did as well. There's a small bullish divergence down here if you see it. Small bullish divergence, little blue line there. You just take off their I'm not going to do that, but there's your one signal too high, though. Too high. Either or, it's still, you made that little nice rally there after extension. All right, we already talked about these. Let's keep going back now. I'm curious. Dang, no bullish divergence on that one. That sucks. Probably wouldn't have signaled. That was too low. That one's too low on the oscillator. I just like when price moves, man. I don't care what direction, up or down. Let's just move. But I will say the dumps are so nice for like wanting to actually pick some up. That's the best part about them. That is the best part about them. I'm curious. Let's just keep looking. This is yeah. Price extends, bullish divergence here, signal happened way above, doesn't count. Bearish divergence. There you go. There you go. Bearish divergence, boom, triggers here on that candle there, right? Here's your one signal. One signal still trading above that 50 level. There's your play. You know, if you wanted to go to the swing high there on your stop, let's Let's just say you did 2-to-1 for now from there, right? 2-to-1. Bitcoin 5 minute. I would have moved my stop immediately to that swing. But again, extension, fully extended price. Damn. So I would have even waited until you got fully extended turning point there, which would have been a 3-to-1, major 3-to-1. How can you possibly predict the market? Bro, you just gotta wait. You just gotta be patient. That's one reason why indicators are super helpful. It's like patience, you know, it's hard. Like, it's very hard for me, and that's why indicators are so helpful. It's like, it literally just, if you have set, like, I've watched price enough where like I could trade without indicators, but like, you know, what I've noticed is it consumes too much of my time. Like, and I have 2 kids. I'd rather not have to worry about that. Right. I'd rather be able to enjoy, you know, time away from looking at the computer, so I can make scenarios to set up, and then I can come back when those scenarios trigger. And like, this is one of those scenarios. Like, I have a few. Like, the reversal bands are insane though. I don't know what kind of crack our development team smoked before they made these, but it was some good stuff. It's just insane here. Yes. Let's see here. We got any more bullish divergence setups here? Bullish divergence here. Price did extend there. Bullish divergence here on this one. No, my camera. Give me a sec. Come back. Oh, I know what it was. What even my camera was the freaking, what's it called? I don't know why it does that. Elgato makes good stuff, but there's some things that are lacking. All right. Here you go. There's your bullish divergence right there. All right. Bullish divergence. Price extended in the reversal zones. Did the one triggered too high, so that wouldn't account. Even though it made its move. The one here, it triggered too high on the oscillator. So again, that usually if it triggers too high, that means it's still in an aggressive downtrend, right? So we need to see it trigger lower. And then, man, it kind of makes you think like, dang, here's your bearish divergence. Here's your 3 that happens well above that 50, and then this thing just tanks right to that extended low. Yeah, it's just sometimes, man, you're like, ooh, maybe I should take it that way too. That'd be nice. That's there. That'd be so nice. Again, look, bearish divergence, but look, price never extended. No reason to take it. Bearish divergence, you know, price took forever to signal. Please tell me this one worked. Nah, that one's too low too. Still played though. Man, maybe it is worth a play without it too. Back deep. So many signals on that move, dang. A lot of volatility, but it kept you out. Price signal divergence here, 2 signal here. Price never extends. That was the first loss we've seen. Price, it did make a little bit of a move, but I mean, you would have been, after you saw consolidation that long, you should have been out at least. Come on, baby. Give me more lows, please. Yo, what's up, Marlon? How you doing? How's the Nat? The Bitcoin's holding up. How's NASDAQ doing? NASDAQ's still coming down. That's fine with me. Bring it on. I want to get, man, there's some things. This is the this is our signals and overlays and oscillator matrix, part of the premium package. All these guys you can try out risk-free for 30 days, by the way. Just the links in the description. You want me to keep looking for setups on those? Do you want to keep looking for setups, or we want to look at some certain things? Because honestly, I've enjoyed. It's fun going back to see like something similar. I know people have asked me already for certain setup ideas for like Bitcoin 5 minutes and stuff. Let me just go random date. Now I'm just showing you a setup that I usually look at. like on multiple markets. There you go. And there you go. Look, bullish divergence. Right, triggers. Here's that blue line that triggers your bullish divergence there. Dude, I keep doing that. Here's your bullish divergence triggered there on that candle. Your 3 signal grabs there, right? Here's your 3. But it triggered with the oscillator below that 50 still, or at the 50. It can be below or at. It's got to be close below it regardless, or like right around it. But again, you wait for extension. Price extended to here. So you got a nice little 5-minute mover there. That's a pretty decent move on Bitcoin, actually. These are, sometimes it does take a minute to get a play out of it. That's why I have multiple setup ideas. This one maybe. Now that triggered way too late. That triggered too late. There you go. Give it to me. I mean, you could have, I guess, taken that idea there too. Bullish divergence, 3 signal triggers here. Wait for extension up to here, and it extended into the reversal band. That, you know, I wouldn't have taken it, to be honest, because it was way too high in the oscillator. That wasn't too bad though. Gold stumping. Let's go look at it. Let's look at gold. Yeah. Okay, gold's still the same. Does this work on gold? Let's see. That same setup process work on gold? Yo, slap me silly. Look at this. Look at this right here. Watch this. Yo. All right. First off, step 1, right? Bullish divergence. Those that are on mobile, it's probably hard to see, but step 1, bullish divergence on the lows there is triggered by the blue line. Bullish divergence, right? Step 2 is a 2 signal, just so happen to be right at the 50. So that is a go. Right? It can be anywhere right close to 50. It has to be on that, come from the lower end, right? Here's your 2 signal, boom, you take it. You're looking for an extension now on the oscillator, which would have been to here. So your long would have been here. You know, a lot of people like to set it at the swing low. I mean, it's a very aggressive swing low, but extension was there. But again, what I like to do is the minute I get my first higher low in the right direction, I move my stop. So you're looking at roughly a 2 to 1. So that was not too bad. I mean, working on gold already. Markets are just kind of settling right now, guys. They just, you know, had a major mover today, so it's just kind of, it just takes a while for this thing to signal on gold. It looks like gold might. This was a quick fail on gold there. Bitcoin so far is looking like the winner for this strategy. It would have been a close call. I mean, yeah, it would have been a close call. It's nice to see when price actually extends way more than that, but. Man, you want to see something more aggressive like this usually, because you get a really clean bounce. You don't want to see like faded price. You don't want to see price just kind of just, you know, inching its way back and forth, right? You want to see like full-fledged movers. Too high. And this doesn't trigger. Whoa, holla at me. Dang, that could have been really big. It triggered too low on that one. So that's why volatility could have a part of this too. There you go. There it is. It took forever to get like an actual clean setup there. It should be, right? No, that was too high too. Dang. Got to reset the settings on gold. Bullish divergence though into a signal. Played nice. None of the it's just triggering too high. Triggering way too high. Yeah, so this for gold, yeah, it could work, but it's just the setups come once every 2 days or something. There's bearish divergence too. Yep, there it is. Okay, nice. Okay, finally gave us a move. Bearish divergence, right? Extended price. There's your 2 signal. It happened to be right there at the 50, barely. Barely. You wait for price extension. I mean, this thing just dumped immediately. So price extension was here with the buyback there. Pretty quickly. But again, stops, you know, you would have had a 1-to-1 at the side. You can also sometimes put, if it's aggressive enough, put stops right at the top of the candle. That would have been a nice move, though. That was 379. It's a pretty good move on gold. Look at balls. Dude, don't even. Man, look at balls, dude. You're nuts. All right, NASDAQ trying to bounce back. NASDAQ with a bounce back. Oh, man. We got about 15 minutes left, guys. There's some long-ass hair on my forehead or something. Again, though, that 4 hour in Bitcoin on most of the markets right now, you know, I don't know. What I could see is this, right? I could see price coming back down here and then making its big move, right? We could do near, yeah. That's what I could say. I don't think it would, honestly, I don't think it would break 54, right? So even if it came down, maybe we go for 54, right? But right now, we definitely are looking more, a lot more bearish on that 4 hour, sorry, than we are any other. It's going wherever it wants. Yeah, man, we're not in control of this thing. Market's gonna do what the market wants to do. We have no control. We have no control. You can never really understand where it's going. You just have to kind of play your odds accordingly. Near. Okay. You gonna listen to me, Mr. Near? There we go. Yo, come on. Give me the daily. Thank you. All right, near on the daily, man. Look at volume. When I got bullish on near, it dumped. I mean, everything dumped, man. All altcoins are gonna take the first hit. Buy a 380. That's it, man. This is just. I would get some now. If you've been wanting to buy some, now's the time. Right off that weekly open close high there. Other than that, going all the way down to $2, you know, I don't know if it'd go that low. I would take the next would be 770 or 275. 275 would be the next one. The next price point, 275. So I'd be looking for that. But not too bad. Not too bad. About 10 minutes left, guys. We can look at Tia. As Dame stated. Tia just, I don't know, man. This is so gone. Tia's gone. Still 100K on Bitcoin this year? Absolutely, if there's no war, man. I think that could have been our start to the major move, right? That we needed some type of volatility to a single direction, whether it's upside or downside. But there's that 50K bounce. I don't know. We'll see. This might be what it takes. Right? This could be what it takes. Solana to 250, Bitcoin to 100K. Come on, baby. I wonder. Let's look at some more. Let's get some gold setups. Like, what do we think could be good on gold? Gold, you know, gold probably more price action, right? Price action concept is just trades in smaller swings. Gold 5-minute trading strategy. Let's see what we could look and find here. Let's see what we could come up with. Let's see here. A lot more. I can't look at previous order blocks unless I do replay mode. I just the reversal zones to me. I was like, let's just do extensions. We do extension into an FVG, into an imbalance there. That was a pretty much inverse head and shoulders as well. Gold just moves in these such small trends and then just chops sometimes. It's like doesn't know what it wants to do. Gold's one of those I like to. I don't even look at a low time frame on gold. It'd be like 4 hour plus, right? It's not even worth it. Daily, I mean, God, I don't know, man. We got an hour, or no, we got 30 minutes left. Well, the Nasdaq's got a little bit longer. Why does the daily on the NQ say it's got an hour and 31 minutes left? It's got like, it's weird. This is the price action concepts indicator and the signals and overlays. Let's do Bitcoin setup. All right, I just showed you Bitcoin setups. What I like to look for, at least. The reversal zones on Bitcoin, reversal zones with the oscillator is just like a hack. Honestly, trading low time frame Bitcoin, just a hack. So good. So good. Can't go wrong. Cannot go wrong. That's nuts, man. The candle coloring too confusing, you say. You can turn them off, man. You just go here, then you go none. Bam. No candle coloring. If that helps you out. Then you can use whatever trading view colors you have. Yeah, you don't necessarily need them if you don't want them. Some people use them to help, visually hold positions longer. That's a big one. For me, it's like, I would be like, guys, this is the best part too about signals and overlays and stuff. Is like when you see this here, it just means price isn't moving properly. Right? Price isn't moving properly. When you see that many, like it's just conflicting as much as it is. It's just not moving properly. You can also see the oscillators telling you the same thing. There's no structure here. Like this is just like complete garbage. This is price manipulation. It's just like literally screams, hey, do not trade me, right? This is a fade, it's trending. This one isn't. This one's up, down, all around, right? So you gotta wait until you actually see good price fluctuations on the oscillator, on the signals and overlays. Like it's always good after price extensions, right? Yeah, Moji, I appreciate you tuning in, man. 7 minutes left, guys. We're gonna best price action concepts settings. I don't use many settings. Mine's pretty default, man. I just like breakers, regular order blocks, breaker blocks, and then the fair value gaps with the threshold of 0.5. Yeah, it's so funny. People will be like, dude, like the signals and overlays is like garbage, bro. it just like randomly prints these signals. This is literally screaming at you to not trade. Like that's why it's amazing. It's like if you're getting these fluctuations like this, there's no reason to trade it. Like look at the difference here. Price super extends here. Then we had that divergence, double bottom on the oscillator, then gives you a clean signal. There's not price retest, came back down, right? There's no, you know, in this price swing here, not a bunch of dots happening, right? Just very, very limited dots there on the, there you go. Bunch of dots, no dots, like 2 dots, right? Wait till it, like, actually is clean, right? There you go, same thing here. Right? Price rips down, makes a nice little V bounce there. Now, this is a V, right? This is what a V should look like. Look at the difference on Bitcoin for this. You see how this is actually structured where it's a V. It completely comes up and just takes out some of these downside moves, right? Look at the difference between that and then now. Look at the Bitcoin 4-hour, right? Look at the Bitcoin 4-hour here. This thing has a small fade after just straight bear candles. That does not look the same. If I could do them side by side, I would. Can you explain money flow profile? The guy asked. We can look at it. Yeah, it's pretty simple, man. So money flow profile. There you go. Boom. So biggest thing on money flow. Yeah, no. Goodness gracious. The biggest thing. Oh wait, I haven't done this. There you go. Errors for me. About money flow profile, it's gonna tell you where majority volume is, right? When price, right, goes back to majority volume of, let's say, in this case, default's 200 bars, right? I have the profile heat map on here so you can see the entire heat map. That's where you're going to get majority price reaction because, again, price has been there the most. It's shown, you know, trading there the most. It's going to give you individual values. It's also going to give you a sentiment side, right? There was more buying pressure down here in these levels. That buyers took out sellers. That's why we're up today. Sellers here. When you see it back and forth like this, it's majority of the time it's going to be right at that point of control because that's where majority volume is traded to both sides and majority volume of the day. So that's why you could say, hey, above or below this could indicate my sentiment for the day. I'm not going to say price when it comes down here, right? And this sentiment is going to indicate, oh, you know, people are buying down there, right? Now, what I would mostly say is look for the yellow blocks. Look for the high volume stated places because look, price sold into this level, but then now it's showing slight consolidation and made a bounce back, right? So seeing that happen there, I'm going to consider that level maybe a next price target for a downside. If I would have had like a short or something on like the NASDAQ here, I could have targeted that, or I could use this as a way to play out consolidation before its next move. So that's what you look for. Same with a volume profile. You want to look for volume gaps, right? You want to see gaps where price extends into because then it more than likely has a stronger sentiment to go in that direction. Like here's the 5-minute downtrend from like last night, right? If I pull this back up here, you can see here low volume up here. So trending state pretty easily, right? It's not until down here at 17,960 that I might start seeing a little bit of action unless this happens, right? Unless price jumps, right? Where's majority volume jumping on that time frame there? You can see the way it bounced off that originally. And then price, again, fluctuated in that zone as well as very high volume. Again, now if I was shorting, I would be going for that lower target there. Again, it moved because market open. And then continues to move when based on the amount of volume. But you can still state and see the amount of volume being traded at all those levels. So I can still target down here where this swing low happened at 18,182. I like the downside way more because of that 4-hour chart. But yeah, guys. Today's Tuesday. Thursday. Another stream on Thursday, all right? Another stream on Thursday. Hopefully you learned something today or just enjoyed hanging out. I appreciate every single one of you that did tune in today. But I hopefully, yeah, you learned something. And, like we said already for Bitcoin, maybe I still like some downside, guys. I don't think it's going to go retest 50K all over again. I like Bitcoin back to 54 unless Bitcoin can come up and recover 60K, okay? Unless it can recover 60K, but 54 is in mind right now. If it's 54 on Thursday, then, you know, you're welcome. But we'll see where it's at by then. I like it a lot, so be on the lookout for that price, okay? But I appreciate every single one of you that has tuned in today. We'll be back on Thursday, probably same time, 1 p.m., 2 p.m. EST, 1 Central Time. But again, you know, patience, guys. As I'm gonna say it every time now, patience, right? The minute you find yourself not being patient, or like you're looking for a trade, like just stop, just turn your computer off, just run away. Okay, I even have to work on that personally, big time. It's like that's why I've like always stayed away from day trading for the most part, because it's like the minute you don't have patience is the minute you're gonna screw yourself. It's like, okay, so keyword, like always, patience, and you know, making sure you have a clean plan, right? Have a plan that's, you know, use common sense. Man. Just use your common sense. Have a plan in place for downside and upside, depending on, you know, what you're looking for. All right, guys. Nice to meet you, Fang. How you doing? But yeah, that's pretty much it, my friends. Remember, tomorrow, Wednesday, we have Hood After Hours. Lyft, interesting. I've been seeing some interesting action on Lyft. I'll keep an eye on that one. We got inventories in the 10-year auction tomorrow at 1. Inventories at 10:30. That's pretty much it. Friday or Thursday, we'll be back. We have MicroStrategy, jobless claims at 8:30. Nothing too hot this week other than PMI on Monday, but we already had that. But yeah. Appreciate you guys, like always. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Jacob. I appreciate you being here. And we'll see you guys on Thursday. Have a good rest of your day. And stay safe out there, guys. Opportunity. I got to fix this camera. I don't know why it keeps peeking like that. Opportunity, right? Opportunity in the water, my friends. Set those limit orders on those weekly levels. And hold cash, please, for this reason right now. Hold cash. Okay? You want the Who's Your Daddy?
Who's your dad? Who's your daddy?
All right, guys. I love you. I'll see you soon. And yeah, peace.